Hi, my name is Julie. I'm with Sage Creations Organic Farm out of Palisade, Colorado. And today we're going to create one of these beautiful lavender wreaths using the Miss Katherine lavender and Betty Blue lavender. The tools and supplies I'm using today are glue sticks and a glue gun, two different types of lavender, the Betty Blue and the Miss Katherine, a 24 gauge paddle wire, wire framework, and I have a heavy-duty scissors and wire cutters. It's a dried bunch, and so you want to take it apart and move the stems apart a little bit, and then you're just going to tap it. And that gets some of those calyxes that have attached on there that are kind of brownish to come off. So it makes the lavender look a little bit better. Like that. And you're all ready to go. The first thing that you want to do is you want to take the end of your paddle wire and you want to bring it up through one of these crossbars. You want to bring it around and twist it several times and then twist it back over the twist that you just did so that you get a nice secure hold, and when you pull the paddle wire, you'll tighten it and it won't come loose. The next step is to gather your lavender that you're going to use, the Miss Katherine and the Betty Blue, and arrange it neatly over the top and try to alternate the colors so you'll have those laying on top of the wreath form. When you're going through your lavender, if there's a curved piece or one that doesn't have very many buds on it, you'll want to go ahead and get rid of that and only use the ones that are nicer and have full buds on them. Once you have your lavender arranged over the top of the wreath the way you'd like it, go ahead and take your paddle wire and bring the wire around and in the center of the wreath form. And you'll hold down on your stems because this is dried lavender and it will want to break on you. So you'll hold down and cinch it tight and then bring it around again and cinch it tight. Before you move forward to the next step, take your heavy-duty scissors and cut your stems that are going beyond the wreath form, cut them at an angle so you can lay your next layer. When you have your stems cut back, you're ready for your next layer of lavender. You want to make sure you try to cover the prior layer stems so that you're not seeing any of that stem length come through. Once you've got as close as you can on the wreath to the very beginning where you started, go ahead and cut your wire and bring the wire around to the back side and run it through several pieces of wire that you've already wrapped. Kind of tricky to get it through there. Once you get it through, you can pull it up and just cinch it tight, and do that about 3 times. And then cut off your excess wire and bend your wire down. Then you can go ahead and trim some of these stems that you inserted back through the back of the wreath off, cut them at an angle so they look nice. The next step is to fill in this gap. So to do that, you'll just put some glue on your stems. And just remember your glue gun safety. Pull these down and insert those stems back in there and try to make them even with the edge here. And sometimes they'll break, just pull them out. And then go ahead and do your next grouping and insert that next to your last bunch. So you're trying to fill in this gap here. Keep angling them back in there. I like to do a finishing touch on the stems here that are bare, and plus it kind of helps secure everything. Take some of the buds off the table that have dropped, and I'll put a little bit of glue here. And then I'll take some of those buds and pieces of leaves and I'll cover them. And just kind of lightly press them in. And then as the glue starts to dry, you can kind of push it down a little bit. You can come back around and tuck in pieces where it looks a little bit shorter in some spots. So you can come back in and fill in those spots. Put a little bit of glue on the stems and just fill in those areas. Just cut a piece of ribbon that's about 1.5 feet long, tie a knot at the bottom, and you slip it through an area where you can pull the ribbon through. And once you pull that knot through, open it up and slip the loop through and pull it tight. Go ahead and pull apart the lavender a little bit and tuck in to areas and fill it in and even it up. You want to get rid of some of the little glue hairs, and they call them spider webs of glue that attach themselves as you're working. You can physically pull off the glue, or you can use the heat gun. Try not to get it too close, and you want to just go gently over the wreath, and it'll get rid of all those little spider webs.